solve the absolute value of x squared minus 4x is less than or equal to 3x minus 5. Now, because this right-hand side is not always positive, we can't use the square both sides trick. We could, but it would give us some extra solutions that we don't need, because it would give us the solutions that we would be losing from those negative values. So we need to be a little bit careful here. The best approach to this one is actually to think about graphically what's going on. So let's think about graphically what's going on here. First of all, this function here, I'm going to factorize it to x minus 4, which means it's a quadratic that goes through the origin and through 4. But because it's the absolute value, it's going to come down. It's going to come down to the origin, and then it's going to bounce up to 4, and then bounce back up again. And then 3x minus 5, from y equals 3x minus 5, is going to come down something like this. It's going to go through minus 5 down here. And we can see that there are 2 points of intersection. So we're going to need to look at each of those points of intersection in turn. This point of intersection here, let's look at that one first. That point of intersection is when the positive quadratic, so that is the x squared minus 4x, is equal to 3x minus 5. Solving that, we get x squared minus 7x plus 5 is equal to 0. That does not factorize, so now we're going to have to use a quadratic formula to solve this. X is equal to 7 plus or minus the square root of 49 minus 4 times 5, which is 20, over 2, which is 7 plus or minus the square root of 29 over 2, which does not simplify. Now we're going to find this one, which is when the negative quadratic, so that's minus x squared minus 4x, is equal to 3x minus 5. So minus x squared plus 4x is equal to 3x minus 5. X squared minus x minus 5 equals 0. And again, we need to use a quadratic formula. 1 plus or minus 1 plus 20 over 2, which is 1 plus or minus the square root of 21 over 2. This has given us 4 solutions, but we don't want 4 solutions. We only want 2 solutions. So let's think about which ones it is that we want. We want the solutions. This one here, well, the other solution that we're getting from the purple one would be when this crossed this thing if it was at the bottom. So we only want the bigger of these two. So the bigger one is when this is positive. Similarly with the green one, imagine this quadratic carried on the whole way down. The other time it would cross would be somewhere over here. That would be the negative value. So we want the positive one again. Now we want this red graph to be less than the blue graph. So we want the values in between these two things. So our final solution is when x is bigger than or equal to the green value, which is 1 plus root 21 over 2, and less than or equal to the purple value, which is 7 plus root 29 over 2.